Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Hello everybody and welcome to All-Star 15 TV. We are in the Lone Star State for the Extreme Forces Racing League, their ARCA division. Qualifying has just started, but before we get to all of the festivities on the racetrack, got to introduce my broadcast partner. It is TJ Barnier. What's up, TJ? How are you doing, pal?
I'm doing great, AJ. We're here in Texas. You know, they say everything's bigger in Texas. I'm hoping for a big show, fun race, one heck of an evening.
Well, before we get into that, let's talk the point situation. While qualifying is going in the background on your screen, I'll make it just a tad bit bigger so people can actually read it. Josh Fox, still your leader, sitting at 286. Farron Elam has really closed in on that, and Fox with only a 9-point lead. TJ, I think when you started broadcasting with me, that was a good 40 to 50-point lead, and over the ensuing couple weeks, it has very much deteriorated, and it seems like the whole field is now catching Josh Fox.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly shrunk down. I mean, the top 6 are within 32. So, time left in the season here. It's gonna be tight.
Yeah, with playoffs starting very soon, as everybody saw the schedule on the pre-roll, which I am bringing it up on my end as well. There it is for me. Next week, we go to Talladega Super Speedway with these ARCA cars on July 18th. The 25th and August 1st, we are off, but then we're right back here for the regular season finale at Chicagoland. But back to the points. Josh Fox, your points leader. Farron Elam Jr. at 227, sitting in second. Third is Zachary Thornton at a 272. Fourth goes Devin Smith at a 267. And Brandon Richardson rounding out the top 5 at a 254. A lot with just 3 races to go. And TJ, with qualifying, he is. And with qualifying just pretty much wrapped up, still have a couple people. We're actually going to jump and look at that 19 of Josh Fox as he goes around the Lone Star State Texas Motor Speedway, really loose in 3 and 4 in that number 19 Chevy Impala SS Bass Pro Shops. Let's see, first lap in the books. That's going to take him to 22nd overall. Zachary Thornton in that 35 Ben & Jerry's car, sitting on pole for the time being. Now, TJ, you and I both recently have run a race here. Explain how Texas Motor Speedway is. Ours was at night. This is during the day, so I would expect a lot more slicker and looser vehicles.
That was the feel I got for it. I ran some test session laps, and these guys were practicing Ghost Car, and it
Fox
is
goes
loose down in
P8.
1 and 2. It's loose in 1 and 2 and tight off. So it's weird loose in and tight off. 3 and 4, if you enter too low, you're gonna get loose. You got to kind of enter mid to high, and you can kind of hold it wide open. So I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see how runs play down the backstretch and where they are and stuff.
Well, before we
Entering.
get started tonight, want to thank our channel partners, the Nerds Do Nerd Things podcast. I host a podcast every Tuesday. We go live on YouTube, and Friday our audio comes out. We just finished our Star Wars. Doctor Strange comes out tomorrow. Gulf Digital Services. Joe Hutchings makes iRacing paints and other digital media. Hit him up on his Facebook for a quote, and this is our favorite, and not trying to choose favorites here. Wrestling Over Everything, WOE. Great Facebook community group all about wrestling.
Not wrestling over anything. It's wrestling over everything.
Everything.
Probably would tell you.
Well, we are gritting, and here we go. Zachary Thornton, Will Cloud will be your front row. The 35 takes the pole. Lee Krause, Jake Ellingson in a different looking car today. It's going to be row 2. Row 3, it is Tyler Aspinall, Dylan Dunford. Row 4, it is Travis Lepanis, Josh Fox. Row number 5, Kyle Lingerfelt and Brady Stefane. And row 6, it is Brady Floyd and Farron Elam. Row 7, it's Donnie Bartlett and Austin Green. Daniel Stragner, Frank Hughes is row number 8. 17th position is Brandon Richardson. 18th is Alan Warnicki. 19th, it is David Stanfield with Mick Olofsson starting in that 20th slot. 21st goes to DJ Thomas. 22nd, Josh Bartlett. Tony Richardson's going to start in 23rd with Jackson Qualley in 24th. Michael Steele will start from 25th. Devin Smith from 26th. Dwayne Kernahan going to start 27th. 28th goes Matthew Setzer, and Richard Groff shotgun on the field starting from the 29th position. TJ, a lot of cars. We're going to get one to go as everybody comes off of pit road. What you looking at? What are you excited for? What do you think we're going to see?
I mean, you get a couple. Jackson Qualley not qualifying. Funny play on words there. Could have. I'm surprised he didn't qualify, but I'm interested to see how he comes up through the field. That 72 Alan Wernicke, he usually is towards the front, so I think there's going to be some fun battles to watch as guys try to climb up through the field that are normally towards the front.
Points leader Josh Fox is starting in that 8th position with Farron Elam a couple positions back in 12th. A lot can happen with 100 laps. We're doing 100 laps around this 1.5-mile racetrack. So you're looking at 150 miles because, you know, math. And when math is easy, math is easy.
Probably about 3 to 4 pit stops are going to be required for fuel. Only 3 sets of tires, I believe, tonight, which is 2 extra in the set on the car.
Yes, that's exactly how it is. They're running the 1 set and then the 2 others. And Jacob Ellingson, as we're about to go green, is running a tribute U.S. Army car to his uncle who passed away just a few days ago. Our thoughts are with you, dude. I'm just reading that in the YouTube chat. You go put that car in victory lane for your uncle. And guys, here we go. Ooh, looked like that 45 of Tyler Aspinall already blinking away as they enter turn number 1. Well, they were loose in practice, and everybody P's and Q's so far.
99 a little loose, though. Saved it.
And John, I apologize. I don't know why I called you Josh. I feel like we've done that many times.
It's happened. It's the little things get us sometimes.
Ellingson goes P2, trying to close out on Zachary Thornton. Appreciate everybody in the YouTube chat. Appreciate the sponsors in the bottom right-handed corner as we're competing on lap 2. Let's go towards a little bit further in the back. You got the 89 of Bradley Stefane and Travis LePayne is battling all the way back here for this 8th position as they went single file going into turn 3. TJ, do you think single file is the way to go early?
I mean, I would get a feel for the car. The tires are cold. This place, you know it's slick. Saw them sliding around all over in practice. Single file might not be a bad idea for a few laps. Get a good feel for it. That's kind of what I would probably want, was to feel the car out. I mean, if you got to make a pass, you got to make a pass. I wouldn't force any issues this early in the race.
Yeah, you got 100 laps. We know tires are going to degrade very fast. But up front, Jake Ellingson looks like, ooh, the 35 was blinked out. Going to take the extreme outside. He's going to be able to hold it up there. Ellingson to the lead in that U.S. Army Chevy Impala. Will Cloud, Tyler Aspinall looking to have their own battle for third.
Yeah, that was a little weird. I was following along with the leader, and he disappeared.
Yeah, he Houdini'd. The only reason why I know he Houdini'd because he went from being first on my leaderboard all the way to last. But that number 27 leading the way. But look at that 35. He wants it back. Cutting to the inside, halfway down the backstretch into turn number 3. Ooh, both cars really kicking out. These ARCA cars really like being loose, I guess.
Zach kind of clipped the bottom there, but really didn't make too much of a bobble. He is getting pressured now from behind.
Yeah, that's the 48 of Will Cloud. 1, 2, 3, 4 under a blanket, but here comes Lee Krause in that 99. Tim Hortons. I feel like I do that every race. It's like Bradley Stefane getting right by the 19 of Josh Fox.
Typically, I like to follow along on the blue cam, but that thing seems wicked zoomed in tonight.
No, you could zoom it out.
I'm probably going to have to.
Looking further back in the racetrack for some battles, the 61 of Frank Hughes and Travis LePayne as Frank Hughes trying to find a way. Looked like coming out of turn number 2, just falling back in line, but going into 1, he was in a different line completely, trying to get by Travis LePayne in the 16. Hey, first time I think we've seen Travis with a sponsor on that vehicle. That Old Town Pizza?
Old Town Road. Take my horse.
Don't get that stuck in my head.
We are in Texas.
Up
You can
front,
find some horses around here.
battle still heating up. Leading the way is Jake Ellingson and Zachary Thornton. It looks like that 35 Ben & Jerry's machine gets a run, but has nowhere to go with it.
I got a hold of my blimp cam operator. He just backed me out a little bit.
Gonna go back to that 20th position. It looks like Dwayne Kernahan and Donnie Bartlett both having a little fun crossing the line there. See a little bit of a scrub on the right side of that 36 machine. Man, I love the chrome numbers there. On the, I think that's a Donnie Bartlett 21 machine.
Someday I'll figure out how to make those.
But the 2-car very slow. Daniel Stragner very slow entering turn 1, losing a couple spots.
Sounds like he clipped the wall out of 4.
Oh, you could see the damage. And I don't think there's fast repairs. There are no fast repairs, so he's going to have to learn to ride with it, or he's going to make an early pit stop. But there goes John Bartlett right along by, as I make sure I say the name correctly this time. But Zachary Thornton back to the point, but has a mirror of U.S. Army. Go ahead, T.
It's like we had a couple not start. 3 and the 10 don't look like they have any laps logged. And I think we already lost the 31 as well. Down to 26.
Ooh, side by side for the lead in turn 3 and 4. But I think Thornton's going to have the power off the outside to the line. He will lead lap 11. Holy cow, we're already 11 laps into this thing.
They're flying. This track's fast. It's raw speed, but edge out of control. These guys are doing a heck of a job keeping it together. I'm really curious, mid to late run, how the tires start to break down and how it affects it. They're driving.
Dylan Dunford looks like he's blinking, trying to hold on to that 6th position while it's going in and out here. Battle right behind him. Bradley Stefan and Josh Fox side by side. Here comes the 20 of Brady Floyd. Man, there's a lot going on, dude.
Yeah, I mean, they're spread out, but they're not at the same time. I mean, there's like mini battles all over the place.
Hey, keep us busy.
Seems like, you know, you get a run on a guy, and then maybe for a lap or two you got to sit behind the next guy and ride, but then you get back to him. And good little battle here.
Josh Fox looking to the inside of Stefan, has the position and clears the 89. Here comes Floyd. Floyd wants the position as well.
They were almost 3 wide right there as he goes back underneath the point leader.
Look a couple cars back. It's the Hot Wheels 24 vehicle. You know, that's Farron Elam second in points, 9 points back.
Every position will help. Get closer, get ahead of him, start picking up points.
Gonna go back up front. It looks like Zachary Thornton is pulling away just a bit because Jake Ellingson and Will Cloud are really battling for this 2nd spot.
Tyler Aspinall behind him there in 4th, blinking a little bit, but hanging right with him. About halfway, we anticipate halfway through the fuel run. I'm going to imagine they might, I don't know, with tires, you might have to pit one time and not take tires.
That's what I was thinking just now. They get 3 sets of tires. The one they start the race on, as there goes Will Cloud to the inside of Jake Ellingson and takes the position in 3. He's trying to bring along Tyler Aspinall in the 45.
But no, they might have enough tire, AJ.
It's going to be tough. You did a tire and fuel run. Looks like we can get 30 to 35 laps of fuel, whether you're going to want to pit for tires sooner.
Right. I mean, if you play it conservative with 30 laps, you're talking 30, 60, 90. That'd be all your tires used up, but who knows with yellows if it'll work out that way. If we get yellow. Kept it clean here, 17 laps.
Well, we're 17 laps in. Leader Zachary Thornton, followed by Will Cloud, Jake Ellingson, Tyler Aspinall, and then Dylan Dunford in the 94. Here is this week's Pagan Clementine report. She was in quite a crash on Saturday. She's still a little bit sore. Well, glad to hear she's all right and is able to be a little bit sore. They did make a couple laps in the feature, but there's a lot of work to do. So, the SMA Car Nationals are on Sunday, so Pagan, good luck. We'll actually, there's your uncle there, Jake Ellingson, riding in that 3rd position, as he was in 2nd. But that was your Pagan Clementine report for the race. And while we're talking, thank to our sponsors in the bottom right-hand corner, the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast, Wrestling Over Everything, and the Gulf Digital Services. Appreciate you all for being a part of the channel and the races I cover. TJ, what a race so far. We're about 20 laps in, and here is the battle for 3rd, Aspinall to the inside.
5th of the way through the race. No yellows yet. Yep, some battles back through the pack. Up front, good so far. Pretty racy.
Yeah, we're going to go all the way back to that 14th position because it looks like Travis Lapenas and Alan Warnicki side by side coming out of 4. Not anymore. Liquid Death takes the point there, but here comes Austin Green in that 15, looking to the inside, taking that position too. But here comes Travis Lapenas in the 16, hard on the outside, trying to keep that position with the run down the backstretch. Will clear the 15. And there's a lot of battles on this racetrack.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit further back, 18th, Devin Smith. He's got to be one of the bigger movers of the race, up to 18th, 26th.
He is our biggest mover of the race right there in the 95 Ollie's outlet machine.
He didn't log a qualifying lap, so I can see why he's got around so many guys. Having to come from the rear.
Ooh, 27 loose coming out of turn 4. Gonna get a nice little shove by the 94 as he cuts to the inside, straightening him back out, but now taking the position. Do you think Jake Ellingson probably burned off those tires?
I mean, it would appear that way. That he ran out, he got the lead. But, I mean, maybe that was the goal. Get out front early, push the car and see what you needed, what would happen.
Push it. Do.
Push it real good.
Well, you got to know when to. We are in Texas, so you got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. But right now, everybody is kind of holding on to what tires they got, trying to make them last as long as possible. But
I expect pit stops soon. Fuel-wise, they're not ready, but tire-wise, these guys got to be getting ready.
Well, fastest lap of the event goes to so far at a 30.99 by Zachary Thornton, who is your leader. He has backed that up almost 2 seconds.
Thank you, AJ.
That's a big backup. Why, were you gonna mention that?
I was just humming Push It Real Good in my head.
Well, I also did the gotta know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Surprised that didn't pop out. Fry's probably driving right now listening to this, and he's probably singing it. Dylan Dunford losing a little bit of ground on Tyler Aspinall.
Somebody misses you in the chat, AJ.
I know, it's Noah Wilson, admin and owner of Thunderstorm League of Racing. I just saw their schedule that just got released, TJ. If you were free Wednesday nights, you'd probably be running in their Xfinity division.
Those are fun cars. I have a good time running them things. I ran some Atlanta this week. One of them almost won, and one of them ended up junked.
I would love to see these ARCA cars run Atlanta.
Oh, my. I'm telling you, anything right there right now is so much fun, but it's so nerve-wracking.
Pit stops.
Just waiting for the
Mick
big one.
Olofsson, Frank Hughes on pit road. Austin Green as well. Well, TJ,
I knew they'd be coming. Seems a little early, though.
It is a little early, but do you think this pulls the leaders down pit road?
Well, having ran Texas very recently and coming in, and also having came in too early, you might end up forcing yourself to have to pit an extra time if we don't have a yellow. So I think I'd want to go as long as possible, at least on this first run.
Yeah, hurt yourself long on the first run to kind of save yourself the rest of the race, I would assume. But right now, race leader Zachary Thornton.
Well, the other thought being, too, if you're a leader, you're going to exit not a lot of traffic around you as compared to if you come in early, you're going to be right in the hornet's nest when you exit.
Yeah, well, Zachary Thornton, your leader right now, followed by Will Cloud. Tyler Aspinall in third, fourth, Dylan Dunford, fifth, Lee Krause right now, about to get passed or try to get passed by Jake Ellingson.
And he just took the spot away. I think Jake's ready for tires. He knows what he's got to do here before he can.
Everybody do us a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to All Star 15 TV. 7 races remain in the Extreme Forces Racing League, their ARCA division, every Monday outside of 2 weeks from now and then 3 weeks from now when they're off.
You know you want to come back and listen to us. We call a good race, I think.
I think we call a phenomenal race.
Try to make it pretty fun for everybody.
We try very hard to make it very fun. But holy cow, Ben and Jerry's sliding out of turn 4. Mick Olofsson on pit road for almost a minute and a half. Dylan Dunford, Jake Ellingson. Here they come. Down the pit road.
The spotter's dialed up this week. I can hear these guys now talking.
There you go.
Whole lot of guys coming in here this next lap.
Big difference. There's Zachary Thornton to Jake Ellingson. Big difference. Let's see here. Here comes the 35 off the racetrack. Will Cloud, Tyler Aspinall, Lee Krause, Josh Fox, everybody hitting pit road.
This was the fuel window, AJ, because it sounds like the entire field's coming in.
Josh Fox having an issue entering, loses a position before they even hit the line. But here is everybody on pit road.
Got guys exiting, entering, trying not to hit each other.
Devin Smith stays out to try to lead that lap. But let's take a look with Dylan Dunford and Jake Ellingson where they're going to cycle out.
Looks like the 95 coming here.
Yep, wanted to lead that lap. Great pit stop by our leader, Zachary Thornton. Look to have about a 3.5 second lead, it looks like. Oh, 3 seconds and closing.
I'm really curious. I mean, he had that trouble in Watkins Glen, what the points would look like if he hadn't had that trouble in Watkins Glen.
Yeah, I'd be very interested to see what happened, but, you know, it didn't.
It didn't. We are where we are, but it's going to be even tighter, I have a feeling, if the race plays out like it is.
Well, Josh Fox is currently sitting in that 10th slot, and Farron Elam is currently 14th. Well, there they are. Just clicked on both to show you again.
Yeah, with Zach being the number 3 in points. I think he's 12 back.
This will help him out big time. Well,
I think almost everybody's cycled through here.
Yeah, everybody has hit pit road at least once. Yes. The only people that have not, Daniel Stragner, who's still on pit road, David Sandfield, who is no longer in the race, and drivers that did not make the race, Matthew Setzer and Richard Groff.
Yeah, it looks like Stagner's been on about 20 laps on, so he's the one I think I caught the wall early.
Yes, the 2. Yes.
Yeah, he's got some damage.
He tried running around and it didn't work very well.
I caught it in practice too, and it didn't like it.
3 cars under a blanket for this 12th position. Travis Lapanis in the 1672 Liquid Death of Alan Warnicki and the Hot Wheels machine.
What really closes up?
Farron Elam.
He got a heck of a run through there, huh?
He did, but is he going to burn up his tires doing this?
I mean, it's probably, I'd have to think, yeah.
Takes the position away. Now looks towards the 16 of Travis Lapanis.
Make the gains now, but pay for it in about 15 laps.
Not even. Probably closer to 10.
So most of the field got to 31. That would put him to 62.93.
Well, let's see. Yep. Most of the people did get to 30 or 31, but our first pit stop was on 26 by Frank Hughes. He might have an issue.
I have a feeling he short pitted by a little too much. which I can sympathize with him. I did it myself when we ran here.
Farron Elam loose out of turn 2, corrects it, and now looking towards Kyle Lingerfeld for this 11th position. Farron Elam really running well right now, but at what cost? In just a couple laps, will he start falling backwards? As we hit 10 o'clock on the eastern side right now, almost 40 laps into this event, only been running for about 20 minutes. This is crazy. These guys are really showing probably a better race than a lot of NASCAR top tier series. There's a lot of passing, a lot of aggression, but clean aggression. Man, these guys are really putting on a show, TJ.
Yeah, it's nice to see. Good hard racing without wrecking people.
Look
I
through
don't
the
want to
field.
name names in real life. But we all know somebody who's show up, wreck everyone, and leave. Ross Chastain. Cough.
Cough, cough. Austin Green having an issue, losing 2 spots, trying to get back in line, not having a good lap 39, I think it's what we're on.
Yeah.
But Lingerfeld and Farron Elam go right along by, and here comes Travis Lapenas as well, taking that position, dropping him back to the 13th slot.
I have our leader blinked out.
Yeah, he is. And
He's back.
Looking at this battle, Frank Hughes and Lee Krause. Man, a lot of tight battles on the racetrack. Ooh, there's a little bit of a bump. Gonna send the 61 wide. Here comes the 99 out of turn 2. That was textbook bump and run.
Almost didn't get. Jeez, that was tight.
Frank Hughes was like, no, you want this position, I'm gonna hold you down there for it.
Well, he almost had him down a little too far. That could have got ugly.
I thought it was going to. I need a drink. I wouldn't be against a 1 slowdown. But Farron Elam all over Kyle Lingerfeld right now. Man, that 24 Hot Wheels machine of Elam looking for any which way past. Dylan Dunford had an issue. Says he crashed, but I think that might have just been a glitch in the system. Oh, he's not.
Yeah, they're having.
He's not there. Yeah, they're having some connection issues. It looks like right now.
Yeah, I've seen it kind of plague the field. Race control is trying to.
They are talking about the blinking and everything.
Yeah.
Well, at least that's not on our end. But
Yeah,
look,
I mean he was running up front too, I believe.
yes, he is. But we're watching this battle right now for this 10th position. Up in front of them, looks like Josh Fox and Frank Hughes are side by side in 3 and 4, where they were side by side. Josh Fox move him up to position to where he started in that 8th slot. Looks like Jake and Tyler Aspinall under a blanket up here. This is for the 4th position, as they're trying to close in on Dylan Dunford.
Which is not what he wants right now. He wants anybody away from him because he's.
Man, this is giving me some serious NASCAR 14 or 15 PTSD with not being able to see drivers, as Aspinall is showing the lights, the headlights and everything to Jake Ellingson, you know, hey, I'm here. Man, we have plenty of stories about NASCAR 14 and 15 about blinking out. He wasn't there on my screen.
I mean, if we straight up had guys not there and you had to restart with a car in front of you that wasn't there, oh, it's contact. We got some contact between Ellingson and is that
Tyler
Aspinall?
Yes, that is. Here comes the other FM driver of Brady Floyd in the 20. I can hear Jaws right now. Hear John Williams, playing the Jaws theme, which we cannot play right now. Which we can't play, but
I can hum it. That ain't playing, is it?
Well, kind of. Brady Floyd is just sitting there, just, you guys keep battling. You guys keep doing what you're doing.
They're real tight right here over the tunnel. Hanging on to it.
TJ, we're about to put lap 50 on the board.
Almost halfway home.
Whoa,
Didn't realize
Aspinall clips the apron, gets really loose.
I didn't realize this track had 2 tunnels.
One in and one out. Donnie Bartlett on pit road.
That seems way early. That seems really, really early.
It very much does.
But I mean, if you pit here, it would get you to 80. And 80 would get you home.
Up front, it is all 35. Ben and Jerry's has about a 4.5 and growing second lead over second place Will Cloud.
That's what I was saying with that first run. If you go as long as possible, it opens up some different options of going short one and long on the other.
Well, we should be seeing pit stops within the next 10 or so laps from some of our drivers. At least Austin Green and Frank Hughes, who both pitted on that lap 26. So they should be coming right around 52 to 55.
Yeah. And it's might work out for him, it might not. It's going to be real interesting.
Ooh. Travis Lapanis. No, that's not Travis Lapanis. That's Dwayne Kurt. No. Who is that? That's the 18. Tony Richardson.
Yeah, he came over the spotter channel there and said he was going to let them guys by.
Yeah, he was way wide in turn 1.
Yeah, he's down a lap, didn't want to impede anybody.
It looked like 3 different cars at the same time. But here we go. Austin Green on pit road. Donnie Bartlett leaves pit road after almost a 2-second pit stop.
61's headed in this time.
Yep. Kind of called it. Lap 52.
I had a little bug in my ear.
Ooh, he's spinning. Spinning on pit road. Has not made it to the line yet. Completely stopped. He's going to lose a lot of time there. Mick Olofsson looks to have... Nope, just probably clipped the entrance. Lingerfeld goes right by Fair and Elam. I think that 24 has used up all those Goodyear Eagles.
Oh, as you say that, though, he's looking to make a pass. Whoa, almost 3 wide there.
That's a 15. Austin Green on fresh tires made it look easy to the outside. Eminem would be very proud around the outside.
As long as you don't wreck it. Otherwise, that thing will be on. It'll be being towed back to the trailer and then parked.
For all you millennials and everything, you're welcome for the Eminem joke of the broadcast. You don't want to lose yourself in the moment.
No. You only get one shot, AJ.
Yep. Here comes Tyler Aspinall in the 45, trying to get by Jake Ellingson once again. You know, Ryan Fry in the chat brings up a good point. Can we see a two-tire stop at one point? I don't know if two tires would work around here with how much the tires degrade, but if you easily want, 5 or 6 seconds and don't need them for very long, it might be a shot in the dark there, TJ. What do you think?
I mean, you're talking, if you play your cards right, you're going to be pitting around 90. Two tires for under 10 laps may work. I mean, it's going to be something somebody's going to have to throw a Hail Mary, maybe a Will Cloud to try to make up the ground or even take the lead.
Aspinall on pit road.
Everybody else is just kind of, I think, out of the...
He came in relatively early. He came in on lap 30, and he's in 26 laps.
Well, like I was saying before, because you go long on that first one, you could come in here, you figure 30 laps from here would put you to about... You're on 57, like real close to 90.
Aspinall with a 14.65 second stop. And from entrance to exit, just about 36 seconds. That's a really good on and off pit road. Now, with him being one of the leaders, do you think that forces everybody else's hand now to come in a little early?
I think for the guys around him, it probably does if they want to maintain. For the leader, I just keep running my race because there ain't nobody that's... I would keep doing go with your plan if I'm the leader. Everybody else, though, I think I come get tires.
For this top 10 position, there's Devin Smith to the inside of Travis Lepane, has taken that spot and pulling away.
We have Travis Lepane. Sounds like he's headed to pit lane here.
Yeah, there he is off the racetrack and down the pit road. Let's see if he has any issues entering. Nope, nice and clean there. Jump on board with the 48. He's working those really worn tires. And hear him get out of the gas well early in 1 and 2.
I expect a large majority of the field here. Anybody that hasn't pitted already.
Wow, you are out of the gas for a very long time on worn tires.
Like, I'd be expecting the race leader within the next 2 laps.
Well, you say it. Shall it be true?
I mean, you figure 31, you're going to 62 here, and now he's on 62.
Unless now he's running it long.
48's coming in here.
Will Cloud just about 4 seconds back. Jake Ellingson on pit road for this scheduled pit stop. Let's see.
Oh,
here
yeah,
comes the 35.
Later.
Here comes Will Cloud, staying on the racetrack a lot longer, trying to use all of that to get, a little more extra time. Josh Fox is going to stay out. Maybe yellow flag. Oh, boy.
I think it was around Kyle Lingerfeld.
That's what it's looking like. We're going to stay up here in this spotter stand. Oh boy, does that have race implications. Here we go. We're going to see this right at full speed. Looks like he's trying to come to pit road. Oh, and Dwayne Kernahan just right into the back bumper.
Yeah, I heard him on the radio say he was coming in, and then something about just not enough time to react. By who? It's probably Kernahan. That's tough.
We're actually going to jump on board with Dwayne Kernahan here in a cockpit view. Going to do it full throttle again. Watch this. Going to come off the racetrack. Oh, still in the lane. Coming from that top side right to that inside.
He was trapped. That's what it looked like on my end.
You're gonna see. I want to say that is the the 65 all the way to the outside in the middle lane, coming down to the inside, clips the apron, slowing to get on pit road, but still on the racetrack. No room for the 36, and a lot of damage on both vehicles. Wow. Well, wasn't expecting that, TJ, were you?
No.
This'll change up a lot. Some people have stayed out. Some people pit early. Gonna see where everybody is going to cycle out. But wow. Well, we're under caution for the first time. Let's get those bills paid, TJ. Go for it, pal.
What were you doing, AJ? Sorry.
I know you're dealing with a wonderful new puppy to the family. We got pit stops going on for the first caution of the evening on lap 64. Why don't we pay those bills, TJ?
Oh, I know what you want now. Yeah. We got some friendly partners out in the world. We like to thank this lovely evening. Gulf Digital Studios. Joe Hutchins makes iRacing paints and other digital media. Find him on Facebook for a quote. Of course, all the links for this stuff will be found in the description on YouTube here. We've got Wrestling Over Everything Facebook community group about wrestling. Good buddies run that. Some good stuff. And of course, Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. That's your good show, and love that. Love that you guys got that thing growing so well. So give that a listen for sure. You can find them Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. Y'all do a lot of digital content.
Yes, we do.
Go look them up. Good stuff. I love it. Lovely partners for the evening.
Yeah, and all links are down in the YouTube description below. And my apologies, I wrote all this for TJ, and I had it at his old name. It's Gulf Digital Services. I apologize, Joe. My bad.
See, my teleprompter guy. I'm like Ron Burgundy. You put it in front of me, I'm going to read it.
Well, why don't we send it to the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast for their opening while we get the one to go. We'll be right back.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join Nerds Doing Nerd Things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
So here's a question. Why is the 35 passing the pace car? Why is everybody passing the pace car?
Hang on, we're not going green. Not going green.
I'm not real sure. By the sounds of it, race control was...
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on, everybody. Stick with us as we get a little bit of an idea.
Sounds like iRacing control is telling drivers to pass the pace car, and drivers that don't need to pass the pace car are being told to pass the pace car.
Interesting.
So they're working on it right now. It's very good we have the spotter channel. I can hear these guys tonight, AJ.
That's what I'm saying.
Or we would be clueless.
Looking for Mick, because I know he's an admin. There he is. TJ, I'm going to send you up there. You can ask him. Wow, while TJ's up there, a lot of stuff has happened. Still got your race leader as Zachary Thornton, but has Travis LePayne as sitting in that 14th slot right in front of him. Don't know how this is going to work, but we got one to go,
Hang on, we're not going green.
and we're
not
holding it
going green.
again. I think they're waving by all the cars in front of Thornton. Still got the 1 of Jackson Qualley and the 21 of Donnie Bartlett. Interesting.
Yeah, AJ, it sounds like it was an error on iRacing's end with trying to send Lucky Dog around.
Okay. Well, they still got 2 cars in front of the leaders. So I wonder if they're just going to drop to the back or they're going to get waved around, but oh, looks like they're just dropping to the back. Well, TJ, we got a little more than 30 laps to go. These caution laps are going to help big time. But with that, with those caution laps helping, I think they're still going to possibly need to pit with like 5 to go. And at that point, I think you're just taking fuel.
They are extending another one, AJ.
They're extending it another lap?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it's NASCAR getting it wrong. Sometimes it's actually iRacing getting it wrong. Well, at least iRacing has an excuse because it's
Hang on, we're not
it's
going
a
green.
computer
Not
program
going
and a
green.
bunch of servers. Cough,
Sounds
cough.
like the computer program got confused or something.
This is starting to remind me of the IndyCar race at New Hampshire like 10 years ago, where they ran around a caution for 30 laps. We're not going to get there, I promise. But I'm just saying, I remember watching that race. But thank you to everybody in the chat, everybody who has subscribed to All-Star 15 TV, and for everybody who is hitting that like button. I very much appreciate it, both TJ and myself. We very much appreciate all the support from everybody in the chat. Speaking of the chat, you guys have been silent for a little while. What's up with that? Or, as one of my favorite gimmick wrestlers once said, the Hurricane. Excuse me, gotta get in character here. What up with that? As I did the whole movement and everything too. I gotta find my Hurricane cape.
Mr. Helms.
I can hear Ryan laughing inside of his trailer right now. But we have 14 cars currently on the lead lap. And boy, did that caution hurt a lot of people. Came out at the wrong time for some of these drivers. You know, Austin Green, Bradley Stefane, Michael Steele. You know, they would have possibly been fine if everything cycled out.
Right.
But that did not happen.
Looks like they've got it figured out here to some degree.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, everybody's pretty much on the inside lane because they had to get moved around. So, you're not really side-by-side restart, just the
Not
first
really
3
sure why
rows.
third place is... And... Oh boy.
What happened?
green,
Zach...
green, green.
Why?
We are green.
I don't know what happened. My feed cut out for a minute there.
Well, hopefully you're back, because
I am back now.
Baron Elam is trying to hold off Alan Warnicki in that 72 Liquid Death.
Which, don't look now, but Mr. Fox, Elam have got right in there in that top 5 now.
Hello, remember me?
That caution might have helped them guys. Just the confusion.
Yeah, 100%.
Now Now, the thing I'm curious about here is I think you can make it. Maybe. I mean, you might have to save a little, which you know me. The moment saving? Saving, you say?
You'll give up a good half a second a lap to save a couple, and then after that you could just be doing your normal stuff.
If I can find a way to make it without having to pit here, I am going to find a way to make it without having to pit.
Well, if my math is right, and usually after seeing a couple pit stops, it usually is, they might have to pit.
Right,
within 5 to go.
Running under yellow, as long as they did, I would think, but you still don't burn a lot of fuel. I think they're. Let's just put it this way: I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see any more pit stops. Unless there's a yellow.
Josh Fox, Farron Elam for 4th place, 24, right by points leader.
That's big. And they've closing that gap up. Zach Thornton's thoughts he might have had early in the race where those guys were back and around the tail end of the top 10.
You know, at this point in a race, we've seen that number 35 be leading so many times.
And something. He could be the one. He could not have enough fuel and somebody behind him does. Or he could, just be running the fastest car of the race and not think about it.
Well, that last lap, he was the 2nd fastest vehicle on the racetrack.
I would imagine these guys have got to be thinking, have got to have checked and try to run the numbers in their own head.
Yeah, but when you're in the car thinking like that, it's very easy to make a mistake.
You're not wrong. Focus can be lost in an instant.
Well, look at this battle for second. Got Will Cloud in the NordVPN machine and Jake Ellingson in the U.S. Army tribute scheme for his late uncle. I apologize for that.
It would be, it'd be a nice gift for the family if you get that thing to victory lane.
Oh, absolutely.
Try to help them through this tough time.
And here comes Hot Wheels pretty much on a track right to the front, it looks like.
We saw him do this earlier. The tires did fade eventually, but
he didn't fall back as much as I thought he was going to.
I think the logic is the tires are going to wear regardless. Why not get as much as you can out of them? And maybe they just even out enough where burning them up doesn't hurt you too bad. Or if you gain 2-3 spots and lose 1,
Everybody passing Tony Richardson on the outside in that rowdy 18 machine. It's weird being in a Chevy, but, you'll have that. Different paint schemes will make it look like a Chevy, Dodge, Ford. There goes Ellingson to the inside of Cloud. Looks like he is driving with a big purpose right now.
So very interesting. Just over the broadcast, Will Cloud was talking about needing to save fuel to make it to the finish.
Well, you were talking about it. But for them to...
Why you would announce it.
Exactly. For him to voice that, it must be enough to where he doesn't think anybody can save.
This would be my thought, but there were other guys back in the field that says that might be a you problem.
And speaking of back in the field, got Travis LePayne is on the lead lap, sitting in 14th, holding on to that position, looking to try to get around the 29, not putting down blazing laps, and very much picking and choosing his spots. Maybe he could be one of the drivers saving. Let's jump on board with that number 16 and see where he's lifting. Wow, well into the turn, well before the turn.
Who's saving?
Still off the gas, still off the gas. Now he's into it. What about turn 3 and 4? We know they can run full throttle. Ooh, he cracks it in 3 and 4. Well, hopefully people that are racing aren't watching the stream and found out that Travis Lapinus looks like one of the drivers that are saving fuel here.
Yeah, like I said, Will Cloud kind of called it out over the airwaves, so everybody's got an idea of it, but
Well,
don't tell that to these front guys.
Thornton up front, literally looking in his mirror saying, "Welcome to the party, pals."
I've got to wonder if Will Cloud saying something might have affected the way he's driving. Because he has given up. He had a little bit of a lead, and he's given it up.
Yeah, he had about a 0.6, 0.7 second lead, and that is just down to 0.2, 2/10.
I mean, here's where I stand on it. If you're going to run out on the last lap, I run it out and let it coast. If everybody else has got a pit, you're going to coast around before they
Yes.
catch you. If you're going to run out with 2 to go, that's pushing the envelope there.
Might be too late by now because we're putting on lap 83, 84 right now. 17 to go. It might be too late.
I don't see tires. If it anything, it'd be a splash and go here from everybody that has to pit.
If it were me, and this is the way I normally go, and I will admit it bites me in the butt more than anything, is if I know there's any shot at somebody saving fuel, I'm just going to run it out. Because a lot of times they are slow enough to where I might end up lapping them, which has happened many times, TJ. You can confirm, and it has bit you in the butt a lot. You know, I'd be really curious to see what everybody else, what their strategy is going to be. And you said the 21 is coming in?
Sounds like he's deep in the field, though.
He is. Donnie Bartlett.
Got 4 laps off, it looks like.
Jake Ellingson on pit road.
Thornton.
27 hits pit road. Mike just said, screw it. I am taking fuel now.
Splash and go now. Get out of traffic.
Well, we're watching that 27 to see what it looks like. Also, Lee Krause on pit road. Travis Lapinus on pit road. Oh, he's taking tires as well.
Oh, that can't be. Tires,
So is Travis Lapinus. He's taking tires as well. See, you might be significantly faster with those tires because they're already 2 seconds off the pace. But I don't think you're going to catch them with taking tires.
Oh, this has made this broadcast get even more interesting. I love a strategy race. You know that.
Can that 27 awesome. Overcome a 4-tire and fuel stop when probably these leaders are just going to take fuel?
Like Olofsson's going to be in this time. He's a couple laps down, though.
And I'll keep everybody updated on lap times. But I don't know, very questionable in my opinion.
Yeah, coming in. He's a lap off the pace already.
Look at this lead, this battle for the lead though. Cloud and Thornton.
Caution, yellow flag.
And yellow flag is out. DJ Thomas with the issue. Also, looks like Lee Krause as well, and he had to jump to pit road. Let's see what happens to this 54. Lee Krause right behind him in the 99. Ooh, really slow, and Krause just wasn't expecting how slow the 54 was. And it looks like the 99 might have broken something and had to jump to pit road. Yeah, there he goes.
And the strategy goes out the window.
Well, that 27 should be the lucky dog. Well, TJ, if you're one of the leaders, do you pit? Hi, Joe. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, we've done our reads a couple times already. But yes, check out Gulf Digital Services for iRacing paints and other digital media. And here comes the cavalry down pit road.
I mean, I think if you got a set of tires left, you definitely come get them.
Frank Hughes staying out. That Dylan Dunford staying out. Brandon Richardson standing out. And there goes Jake Ellingson round the outside, taking his lucky dog. All channel sponsors are on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Got the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast, new episodes every Friday. For audio listeners, every Tuesday, we do broadcast live our episodes on our YouTube just by looking up Nerds Doing Nerd Things tomorrow night at around 7:30. Gulf Digital Services for iRacing paints and other digital media, and wrestling over everything. You like wrestling? You want to talk about it? Great Facebook group on Facebook, obviously. Talking about wrestling, both AEW, TNA, WWE, New Japan. Take your pick. It's all
Whatever
talked
you
about.
got, they're there with it.
So many
Interesting.
three-letter.
Interesting couple wrinkles here. Sure. Did everybody pit AJ? I can't tell.
No, they did not. Frank Hughes, Dylan Dunford, and Brandon Richardson did not pit.
So there's some guys going to take the wave around here, I imagine.
No,
Hughes is not the.
They are the leaders, I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, they're not. Oh, looks like the
Hughes is running
21,
fourth.
the 15, 21, and 89 are all going to most likely get waved around. Oh boy, this looks like another cluster. We are under 10 to go.
Somebody just blinked.
That's the 94 of Dylan Dunford.
Yeah, he's been fighting that all night. Not sure why it's not sending the guys in front of the.
Because they wait for the one to go. We still got one to go. Yes. 18 people watching in the chat. How you doing, YouTube? AJ Capola, TJ Barnier in the broadcast booth tonight here at Texas Motor Speedway. Man, it's been a hot and slick track. 100 laps around this place for the Boot Scootin' 100. 150 miles, and guys have been doing a great job, TJ. 2 cautions so far.
And I think we're about to see some real boot scooting. You got differing tire strategies here.
Man, I
I'd
think
assume
that
with the amount of laps
really hurt. That caution really hurt Ellingson, Lapenas.
Oh yeah,
feeling for them, but
that's the risk you run though with pitting so early. That's why I was kind of surprised with it. Well, Ellingson should have got the lucky dog, but it's still tail end of the longest lines. He's gonna literally go by everybody.
Gonna have to.
If he gets a yellow, he can come out on the other side of it a genius, as long as he's not in it.
So I'm pretty sure Farron Elam took 2 tires because he is out in front of Zachary Thornton, Will Cloud, Josh Fox. Would not be surprised if we see Zachary Thornton and anybody else on that outside go to the extreme outside to try to make a couple passes coming out of turn 2.
Got time.
Not a lot of it, but you do have time.
You do have time, and I would imagine fresh tires versus no tires or even 2 would be a huge advantage with what we've seen tonight.
And everybody just remember, do not go anywhere after the checkered flag. We will have the podium interviews brought to you by Gulf Digital Services. Find them on Facebook. Talk to Joe. He'll give you a quote on what he can do for you. He can do a lot. Paint schemes look absolutely
Cars
phenomenal.
away.
Pace car on pit road. And
Green, green, green.
green flag in the air.
And there it is.
Frank Hughes with an excellent launch. Dylan Dunford spins the tires. The 20.
Oh, the tight AJ.
29 gets underneath Dylan Dunford, but holy cow, what a stack up behind them.
3 wide here.
Will Cloud goes 3 wide with Devin Smith on the inside. Oh, I didn't think Farron Elon was clear.
Zach Thornton on the outside here. He goes to the way outside, almost 4 wide. Oh, contact, saves it.
Holy shnikes.
Lord, I hope you paid for the insurance, because I think we might need it. Them boots are scooting now. Oh, he splits the gap in the middle. 4 wide.
Thornton to the outside. P2 looking for the lead. 2 tires on that number 24 Hot Wheels Farron Elam. 4 tires on the 35 and 4 tires on the 48. What line do you block?
I hate you. I don't know. Them two boys are hungry.
Turn 1, turn 2. Farron Elam holding his own with 5 to go.
Oh, Zach's to the outside. He's there. He's at the tire.
Side by side coming out of turn 4. Still
At the
Farron
number.
Elam to Thornton to the line. 4 to go.
Oh, dead heat at the line. Will Cloud just waiting? See if these two. Oh,
Do exactly that.
Oh.
Farron Elam blocks all the way down to the apron. 48 Cloud getting a really bad entrance. Still able to hold it onto the white line. Farron Elam takes that second slot. Thornton blinks out.
Lost the 35 again.
He's got to come back soon. He still hasn't come back. There he is. The whole front stretch. He Houdini'd. But right behind him, this is a battle for second as Thornton is pulling away. Coming to dual popsicle sticks.
It's like Will Cloud gonna get under there now, but I think it's too little too late.
Dual popsicle sticks in the air. Thornton takes 2 to go. Will Cloud takes second place.
I think Farron Elam would be happy to finish where he is right now if it were to end. Got 3 cars between him and the number 1 point man.
Well, that number 1 point man is just about a second ahead. Coming out of turn number 4, heading towards the WOE Wrestling Over Everything white flag. Looks.
And it was tight there for a few laps, but I think she might be over.
I 100% think it's over unless something happens to that Ben & Jerry's. Does it melt in 3 and 4? You know, good for Farron Elam, though. Gained a couple positions, is going to finish 4 positions to the better of points leader Josh Fox. But here comes Thornton, 3 and 4, heading to the line. Boot scooting all the way to victory lane. Zachary Thornton wins here at Texas Motor Speedway.
That back-to-back?
That is back-to-back. Didn't miss a beat. Thank you for Wrestling Over Everything for sponsoring the white flag. Pretty much from now on. Stay tuned. We will talk to our top 3 drivers.
That was intense.
That was very intense.
Kind of want to back it up and get a screenshot of that 4 wide, because wow.
Little bit of love from the 20. That's Brady Floyd. Well,
that was
one of my favorite songs is Burn It to the Ground, and it looks like that's exactly what might happen after they get this beautiful photo for the Facebook. Oh, Dylan Dunford comes out of nowhere and cleans out Tyler Aspinall. You hate to see that. Very much hate to see that. But results on your screen. Oop. Might want to click on race, then click results. Did that work? Yes, it did. Zachary Thornton wins. Almost a second over Will Cloud. Farron Elam in third. Brady Floyd fourth. Tyler Aspinall fifth. Sixth goes to Alan Warnicki. Josh Fox sits in seventh. Jake Ellingson bounces back to an 8th place finish. Ninth goes to Devin Smith. Brandon Richardson in 10th. 11th to Frank Hughes. Dylan Dunford 12th. One lap down. DJ Thomas, Travis Lepanis, Bradley Stefane, Jackson Qualley, 17th, Austin Green, Michael Steele coming home in 18th.
That was wild.
19th, Dwayne Kernahan, John Bartlett 20th, Donnie Bartlett 21st, 22nd, Tony Richardson 23rd, Nick Olofsson 24th, Lee Krause after that incident in turn 2 and having the jump to pit road. Kyle Lingerfeld 25th, Daniel Stragner in 26th, and David Sandfield 27th. What an absolute race, TJ. Are you ready to talk to our top 3 tonight?
Yeah, I mean, that was always, right?
Well,
Especially after that show they put on.
let's see who's waiting for us. Well, TJ, I'll let you do what you've done best and interview our race winner, Zachary Thornton. All right, Zach, before I send you off to your favorite interviewer, congratulations on making it back-to-back. That was one hell of a call for you. But here's Mr. TJ to give you your interview.
Sir, I gotta know, first thing, did you know you'd have to put it 4 wide to get to the lead?
Was it 4? Oh my geez.
You were 4 wide on lap 95, sir. What a finish.
I was hoping, I don't know. That race is kind of up and down. I feel like every time I get a good lead after pit stops, there's always a caution to try to screw me over. So I just kind of expected it, but I mean, it just folded out the way it did the rest of the race. I don't know. It's a good way to win, I guess.
Curious,
Challenge.
were you saving fuel at all? Were you needing to save fuel?
I tried to at a few points throughout the race. I tried to save. I mean, I never really went to full save mode, but I would, if we didn't get the caution at the end, I would have gone into full save mode.
Because we were curious, we were starting to see guys backing it up there after some of the top 5 pitted. We weren't sure if you could make it with when it went green there at about lap 70.
Yeah, it was like 2 laps to 1 lap off, so we would have had to save. But
well, you had a heck of a drive. I wasn't sure when seeing how deep you were going to restart there and guys staying out if you you had the laps. I just didn't know if you could find the open space. And
well, I was hoping it'd be a little bit easier. I didn't expect to make it 4 wide. Like it was magical how they both slid up in that corner at like the same time.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
I just kind of went right through.
You were 3 wide a little earlier than that on the outside, and then you were 4 wide there for a moment. I'm getting a picture right now. Unbelievable. Back to back points battles probably tightened up just a little bit here late. Keep up the good work, man. You're right in it.
Yeah, I know. Talladega next week. I'm sure that'll be great. And then I'll be unfortunately missing Chicago, the regular season finale. So,
you gotta get a lead built up then.
But I must say, for Texas, this was a decent race. I expected it to be a lot worse. So I'll take it. I'll take this win, Texas.
You guys were putting on a heck of a show. We loved it up here in the booth.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. It was amazing to see you move that 3 wide. I was popping. I'm pretty sure I woke up everybody in the house, which I will have to pay for that later. But holy cow, dude, on fresh tires, you could put that Ben & Jerry's vehicle wherever you wanted.
Yeah, that was crazy. And then I don't even know where Brady came from and my teammate. He just came out of nowhere, and then he finished 4th. We all did really good. I was happy with my team's performance.
You got us a little nervous there.
Will was a great teammate all race as well. Have to shout him out.
You had us nervous there a few times when you kept your internet kept popping out.
Yeah, Comcast is very, very nice.
Whoa, whoa,
Every time they
whoa.
say they fix it, it's only for a few months. So
It was a few times we're like, is he still here?
You
yeah,
went out from turn
I
4
think
all the way to 2.
yeah the fixing the 2 to 3 month fix that they give every time, I think it expired like last week. So they'll probably have to come again and say they fixed it. But then it'll probably be out after another 2 or 3 months anyways.
Can
So
hear the quotation marks in your voice. Fixed it. All right,
Well,
brother.
Good
Ooh,
run
very
tonight,
fixed.
man.
Well, Talladega next week, ultimate wild
Oh,
card. Good luck. Can't really practice for that unless you're just going to run with your teammates in a draft, but that's going to be a lot of fun.
You
oh.
survived the carnage.
Yeah, I'll be hanging in the back hopefully, unless there's good drivers, then I'll go up front. But I gotta say, I don't have a lot of faith, but we'll see.
Hey, well, you said the same thing about Texas, and look what Texas brought you.
I guess so. We'll see. Maybe I can win there too. Would 3 in a row? That'd be pretty nice.
Repeat. I've got it saved and marked.
All right.
Underlined.
All right, Zach.
Repeat.
Have a good one, pal.
You too. Thank you guys for broadcasting.
Oh, absolutely. It's an absolute blast.
Both of you are fabulous.
Hey, there you
Make
go.
You too.
make it
Rach.
real easy to do.
All right, TJ. Now let's go get our second place finisher. As I change the little graphic there, let's talk to Will Cloud. Will, AJ and TJ, J&J Security up in the booth. What a phenomenal race. Big battle with Fair and Elam there, but you come home second. Talk us through the strategy with that last pit stop coming under caution. Before that, it looked like everybody was saving fuel. Talk us through the strategy at the ending of the race.
Yeah, so once we had that original caution with I think when we restarted with like 30-ish laps to go, I know I was personally a little bit short on fuel, so I was trying to save, but I started to realize that I wasn't gonna reach my fuel number in time. So I was kind of getting worried. But then that late race caution came out with like 10-ish to go, and because I was in second, I was confident that I had the speed that if I took 4 tires it would have been fine. And it ended up working out because only 3 drivers stayed out and 2 people took 2. If more people took 2 or stayed out, it probably wouldn't have worked out as well just because of how far back I would have been. But tires help you so much here. So the 4 tires really just have so much more grip and just able to get back up front,
Oh,
or at least in the second.
Oh, yeah. It 100% looked like tires were pretty much better than absolutely everything. But you really threw it all out in the wind on that final restart. You, Zachary Thornton, and Fair and Elam on 2 tires being able to hold off, a majority of drivers on 4. But, man, you guys were 3 wide, 4 wide for the last 4 laps. How did you not wreck that 48 NordVPN vehicle?
To be honest, I don't know myself. I knew Zach by far was the fastest one in the whole field, so I knew that I needed to get a good start and be able to fly by these guys to have a chance at him. I was hoping that he was going to get held up more, which is why I made all these 3 wide moves, but thankfully the car was able just to stick enough, but Zach was just still flying. He did the same moves as me and he came out on top, but it was still great battle. Just glad I didn't end up totaling the car.
Well, that's always a good goal to come away with. TJ, got anything for a runner-up driver tonight?
I mean, it's a couple weeks now. You've had some pretty good runs, and I thought you might have got him there. You tried to make a real good move, and it looked like your entry got pinched off into 3. But I think that was a pretty good run for you tonight, and just well done, sir. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. When we were 3 wide for the lead, I know I got pushed all the way down to the apron. I was hoping he was going to spend more time trying to hold off Zach, that I would have been able to slip on by, but things just didn't quite work out that way.
You'll get them. You keep running like this, you'll be right there. You'll get one of these.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're putting up good finish after good finish. Talladega next week. Probably a lot of teamwork in your future, maybe a couple practices throughout the week. But it's an ultimate wild card, and good luck in preparation of that crapshoot next week.
Well, unfortunately, that's going to be the one race this season, or at least left, that I'm going to miss. So I'll be able to hopefully watch the whole race go down. Hopefully not in flames, but
Yeah, well, it's Talladega, and everybody knows what Talladega brings. You could have the best drivers in the world going 200 miles an hour. Something's going to happen.
Exactly. It just takes one slip up for the whole field to be all taken out and shooken up.
Oh, we've seen that multiple times. All right.
Yep.
Will Cloud, congratulations on your second place finish tonight. Good luck, and, well, if you're not here next week, you're off for the next 3 weeks then. We'll see you back at Chicagoland.
All right. I'll see you guys then too. Hopefully I'll be able to talk to you again.
Oh, well, the way you're driving, I put money on it.
I expect it.
Thank you.
All right, TJ, I don't see Farron Elam in the interview waiting room.
That's too bad. I wanted to ask him about the 2-tire call.
So did I. Man, what a phenomenal race. I think only 3 cautions. Granted, one was an extended caution, but I think only 3 cautions for just about 9 laps.
Yeah, we had the
Wow.
the spinner trying to get to pit road, the spin here late.
And then the spin in 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Holy
Sounds right.
cow. A phenomenal race. Battling through the whole field. We brought you all the action as best we could. But if you're just jumping in now, go back and watch it. Do it.
Oh, you have to. This is a show.
Emperor
Even if you
Palpatine
just
says do it.
Do it. I enjoyed the heck out of tonight. These guys they have yet to deliver something I haven't been entertained with.
Well,
So
if you want entertaining, it's just going to get even more entertaining next week.
Russell Crowe wants to ask, are you not entertained? No, I've been entertained.
Well, for all our sponsors in that bottom right-hand corner that I am about to bring back up because you guys still see second place there. The Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast, new episodes every Friday. New episode live stream on Tuesday nights. Gulf Digital Services. If you need iRacing paints or other digital media, check them out on the Gulf Digital Services Facebook page for quotes. Wrestling Over Everything. Facebook group about everything wrestling. Go look into it. It's a lot of fun. And enjoy being a fan. And be a fan of racing, because that was probably the best Texas race that I've seen since the repave.
Better than the Cup guys put on, that's for sure.
All right. For TJ Barnier, I'm AJ Capola for All Star 15 TV. You all have a wonderful night, and we will see you next Monday.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.